Hello everyone, welcome to Even the Scales. Thank you for clicking on my video today and I hope you're having a good day. My name's Donna and I had to get on here and make a video right now because I am in urgent need of help. I am in a lot of danger right now because of the abuse that I'm going through here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. For those of you who haven't seen any of my videos before, I've been going through severe psychological abuse from the majority of my community here for over a year. And this is happening to me because it's all a part of a police cover-up. It's recently turned into physical abuse as well. And that's just because of the way that what's being done has been affecting my health. This channel is my only protection from what I've been going through, because there's absolutely no help whatsoever for me. And because I've been speaking the truth and I've been creating these videos over time, I think I've been doing this since about August, September of last year, the truth's getting out there more and more. So a lot of the abuse has died down. But I'm still going through a lot of abuse. There are just limited ways that they can carry out the abuse now. And they're doing this in very, very sneaky ways. And when I am being put through abuse, it is very intense abuse. They are using my closest neighbours to put me through a lot of this abuse. And this is because, they can abuse me without a lot of people knowing, and they have that close access. And they're doing it in ways that can't be seen or heard. These people are very cruel people, and they are putting me through long periods of torturous psychological and physical abuse. It's turned to physical abuse lately because they've been using cigarette smoke to affect my breathing. What's going on here? I live in a unit and there are 3 units that are joined to my unit. All of their range hoods have been rigged so that anything that they put through their range hoods is being diverted into my unit. So for the past couple of weeks, they were using cigarette smoke. And I had this one neighbour, she was just absolutely relentless, and she was just filling my whole unit with cigarette smoke, and that was to deliberately try and affect my breathing and my health. These neighbours are being paid to take my life and to cause me illness. And over the past couple of days, it's turned into cooking oil. They're using cooking oil now. The cigarette smoke has stopped and now it's cooking oil. They're heating cooking oil, sending it up through the range hoods. And, like some people might think, oh, like cooking oil, like that's not bad, but when you have to put up with the smell of burnt cooking oil, it's olive oil. And yesterday, this person did this for around 8 hours straight. The oil, it starts to make you sick. And this person does this like at all hours in the morning too sometimes. Like sometimes she will do this, like if I just get up through the night, she will know that and she will start heating up oil at like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning and sending it through. And, after a full day of smelling this oil, you just feel so sick. And it goes through everything in the house as well. And that's what the cigarette smoke was doing too. It's affecting my home contents, and it's the same with the oil. It coats everything with grime, and it even makes my eyes sting. That's how strong it is sometimes. So they're putting me through these long periods of abuse, and it's like these neighbours take turns Like 1 week it's one neighbour and they will put me through intense abuse using a certain tool, and then there'll be another, that the other neighbour will take over. There's 3 of them. There's 2 women and 1 male. And these people are being paid to, take my life. So I'm in a lot of danger right now, and I say that because of just how cruel and relentless these people are. They are absolutely ruthless in what they are doing. I cry out sometimes. I plead with them to please stop, and they won't. They'll increase the abuse if I call out for help. And they're doing this to cause me serious mental or physical illness. They want to try and cause me a mental health breakdown or a physical health breakdown. This has been going on for over a year too. So, it's been going on for quite some time. And they're trying to cause me to lose hope in my life as well. So they're hoping that I'll just lose hope and take my own life or death. Like either one of these options, these people don't care as long as the justice system can take control of my life, because that is who is behind this whole thing, because it's a part of a cover-up. The health system have joined up with the justice system to carry this out on me, and they are holding back very serious information that I need to know about my health. This is vital information that I should know. I have good reason to believe that I've had a stroke. I may have even had 2 strokes in the past, and I have good reason to believe that. And this is because of the weakness that I have down the left side of my body. And they're holding back information, and they're just hoping that by putting me through this intense abuse, that I'll have a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. And believe me, these neighbours work around the clock to try and cause this. There's no help whatsoever. I've been purposely isolated by my family and the community and the justice system. If I try and reach out for help off anyone, I've tried to do this from different organisations that are meant to help people going through abuse, from people in the public eye even. I'm turned away, or they just make excuses why they can't help me. I don't know if the justice system's telling these people they can't help me, or if they're being bribed not to help me. But no one's allowed to help me, and I've been, for the past over a year now, I just get treated like I don't exist whatsoever. It's like I'm already treated like I'm like I'm gone, like I'm not here, and that's by my family as well. Um, the Campbelltown Police, they are one of the main instigators of the abuse here in Campbelltown. They actually encourage the community to abuse me, and they do this quite often. They will stalk the area, and they do this to encourage the neighbours to abuse me, and just to try and make me feel helpless and lose hope in my life. There is a camera in my home. It's in my smoke alarm, and my neighbours can view me through that camera. And what they do is this is all these neighbours do. It's all they've done for a year. These people have put me through so much abuse that if anything does ever happen to me, which it's not going to, because I'm not going to let it, but if anything did ever happen to me, just know that these neighbours would be responsible for it right now, because of just how bad the abuse is that I'm going through here, because these people work around the clock at this. They have made it their job. They have made it their life, and they watch me on camera. And what they do is they carry out abuse, and then they gauge the abuse. They watch me on the camera just to see how I react from it. And they watch every single detail of my life, everything I do, to the point where if I have a cup of coffee, they will all start carrying out abuse together just to try and make my heart race more. If they hear the police stalking me and abusing me, they will start carrying out abuse more for the same reason. Um, if they see me having a weak moment or anything like that, they will start carrying out abuse then as well. So they are just absolutely ruthless. I have cried out to these people, please, please stop abusing me. I've been in tears, and they don't stop. They don't stop. And all they do is they look for ways. And this is why I have the camera in my home. It's so that they can come up with ways to abuse me, so they can watch everything I do. It's also so the justice system can have that control over my life, because the police are also watching me going through this suffering in my home. My family watch through this camera too. They watch me going through this suffering. They have all isolated me. Um, they have stolen an inheritance from me. So they don't want to get caught for that. They want me gone too, so that they don't have to be held accountable for that, and so they don't have to pay that money back. So that's why they're so invested in this. Then there are just other random members of the community that can look in on the camera. And then when I go out into public places and in my car driving, I will be stalked on the road by just random members of the community. When I'm in public places, I will be stalked by random members of the community who get ideas from watching me in my home or from watching what I do on my devices, because all of my devices have been hacked as well. Everyone can see my devices, including these close neighbours, my family, the police, random members of the community, even my past abusers from my past have access to watching my devices and looking into my home right now. This is how severely my privacy is being violated. And even like with me filming this video right now, the neighbours, everyone can see me filming this video, and they see it before I even upload it to YouTube. Just then I got my laptop out, and before I just started recording this, I heard the neighbour stop what they were doing. I quite often hear them do this. They stop what they're doing just to watch what I'm doing. It's so sickening. It really is. It's so sickening. I've been putting up with this for a year. I don't really know how I've got through this. I mean, having your privacy abused in this way, this severely, would be enough to make most people go crazy. I've just had to accept the fact that this is happening to me, and just hope that there's someone out there that can help me. That's why I started this channel, because I have got no help here, and I need help now. I need help now, urgently. So yeah, they're watching what they do, these neighbours. These people live within meters of me, and they're carrying out abuse, and then they're watching on the camera to see if their abuse has worked. Yeah, so this woman's been burning the cooking oil through her range hood. Yesterday she did this for 8 hours straight. She started it back up again at 4:30 a.m. this morning. Yeah, and because they're watching me on the camera, if they hear me get up through the night, even if it's like 3 a.m., if I get up for a minute through the night and then go back to bed, she will heat up the cooking oil at 3 a.m. in the morning and start sending the smell through into my home. And it's just so sickening. And yeah, it's just horrible. And it was cigarette smoke, and yeah, that was even worse. But yeah, it's like they take turns, these neighbours, and they're all very cruel people. And that is the scariest thing about what's going on here now, just how cruel these people are. It's not even so much the abuse sometimes, it's just knowing that I live within meters of these three people who are just so cruel, and they're being paid to take my life. And I'm being put through like really prolonged periods of abuse, and my landlord knows about this, St George Community Housing. They know that my human rights are being abused. I mean, I have called out to them so many times over the past couple of weeks when I was being abused with the cigarette smoke to please come and fix these range hoods so that these three, because they've been purposely rigged so that these neighbours can purposely abuse me. It was meant to drive me crazy. It was meant to make me think that I was schizophrenic and I was imagining smells, but it hasn't worked. Now it's like, now it's like they're just, they're prolonging the abuse. I mean, the landlord knows about the camera. They know about the range hoods. They know that they're abusing my human rights. I've asked them to remove the camera and fix the range hoods, but they're prolonging the abuse and they're letting the neighbours go. So this tells me that they're hoping I have a health episode or that I pass away from the abuse so that they don't have to be held accountable. This is what everyone's doing. I mean, these neighbours have put me through so much relentless abuse for over a year now, every single day, 24 hours a day. These people look for ways to abuse me. And when they're caught, they're probably going to be charged with attempted murder because of just how much abuse they've put me through. And it has been to cause me a major health episode or to take my life from me. So they don't want to be held accountable. So it's like anyone that does get that access to me is just carrying out this intense abuse right now, just trying to force a health episode. I'm also stalked when I go out. Oh, I just want to say too, I can't call my landlord and talk to them about this because I've tried to do this for over a year. And every time I do call them, they will either manipulate me, gaslight me on the phone to try and get me to have an emotional reaction so that they can say I'm crazy. They want me to lose control of my emotions. So they'll try and gaslight me or they will put me off in some way. Sometimes they'll just completely ignore me. So this is why I can't call them. This is why I've had to resort to calling out to them on these videos and exposing what's going on here because my human rights are being violated in extreme ways. I mean, my privacy, for one, I have none. I have no privacy whatsoever. I'm watched 24 hours a day. I'm tracked everywhere I go. I'm stalked everywhere I go. And my devices, if I'm going to an appointment or anything like that, people know. People can see everything I do on my devices, all of my personal business. Every appointment I make, they know where I'm going. So I just have absolutely no privacy. My free will has been taken away in many ways. Also in the way that my family have stolen an inheritance from me and I had absolutely no say in that inheritance. They've stolen it and they've lied and they've cheated to take it from me. So, yeah, my free will has been abused and it's being abused in many ways. And my right to move around freely in the world has been taken from me because of the way that I'm stalked. I'm very limited in the things I can do, in the places I can go because I'm stalked in the road, on the road. I have people trying to cause me accidents or incidents on the road a lot. And there are actually crimes against humanity being carried out right now here in Campbelltown, New South Wales on a daily basis. And the leaders of Campbelltown know about this. They have sat back and watched me go through this as well. There's no way that they could not have known about this. And that's because of the noise attacks that have been carried out here for the past year. There was a noise attack being carried out again this morning. They've been carrying out these noise attacks for over a year. Even though it was only a short one and there wasn't that many people involved in it, it was still going on. And they've been going on here for over a year. And those noise attacks would have affected the whole community, not just me. They would have affected everybody and the environment as well. So I've talked about them a lot on my other videos. You can go back and watch. Most of those videos talk about the noise attacks, especially the earlier ones. So, yeah, I'm also stalked on the road, as I just mentioned. People will track me and follow me on the road. These are people that are watching into my home and on my watching my phone and devices, tracking me wherever I go. There's a tracker on my car as well, and my car is also bugged. So they've just covered everything. Like there's just nowhere where I'm not being tracked or watched. If I go into public places, I'm stalked by many people who they all come towards me to carry out some kind of psychological abuse. This will happen when I'm in shops, in shopping centres. These people will walk into the shops or shopping centres and pose as fake shoppers, customers, things like that. If I'm going to an appointment, they will send people to pose as fake waiters in the waiting room just to carry out some sort of psychological abuse. The police, they are very cruel here in Campbelltown too. They are extremely cruel. And this morning I had to go and have an x-ray on my mouth, on my teeth. And while I was having the x-ray, I don't know about you guys, but do you know when sometimes you have an x-ray or a scan or something like that, you get anxiety sometimes, a bit of stress and anxiety? Well, the Campbelltown police were waiting outside of the x-ray place. And when they knew that I was having that x-ray done and the pictures were being taken, and it was a machine that kind of like spun around as it took the pictures, when they knew that that machine was on and I was having the pictures taken, they started stalking me out the front of that x-ray place. So they turned their siren on and off and on and off and on and off. And this is what they do. They do that just to try and deliberately cause me fear and anxiety. And they knew at that moment I was having that x-ray done and I had that machine going around me. So that's why they did that at that exact time. So what's going on here with the neighbours and the police, it's all very premeditated, it's all very calculated, and it's all very cruel and heartless. These people have no hearts. They're like there's just they're just oh, just so cruel, extremely cruel. And they all work together. They all work together and they take advantage of my weak moments, if I have any. I filmed this video earlier and I decided not to put that one out. I just did a practice one. And I cried in that video. And the woman downstairs who's been heating up the cooking oil, she's very cruel, very. And she knew that she'd watched me film that video. She knew that I had a weak moment during that video. So as soon as I turned the camera off, she turned that cooking oil right up and she sent that cooking oil through into my home, just as strong as she possibly could. Yeah, so I just want this abuse to stop, and I really, really, I'm in need of help now. There's just no help whatsoever. And like I'm not worried. I don't have fear. I, I'm not in fear of these people because I know that everything happens for a reason, and I know that God is by my side, seeing me through this. So I'm not really in fear, but um, you know, this has got to take its toll on my health sooner or later, and that's what I'm worried about most of all. I'm worried about my health because of the stress that I'm being put through, and just it's just the cruelty right now. It is the cruelty, even more than the abuse that's affecting me. It's just because I'm an empath. I'm an empath. So these people know this too. Whoever is the overseer of all this abuse, like they have studied my life in great detail. They know I'm an empath. They know, and for those of you who don't know what an empath is, it's someone who feels feelings, emotions like a great deal. And right now, I'm being abused by a lot of narcissistic people who just have no empathy whatsoever. So it's difficult to comprehend how anyone could be that cold-hearted for me. That's really hard for me to understand. So yeah, whoever is overseeing this abuse and whoever organises it all, they have researched my life in great detail. They know everything about me, every single thing about me. My family have given a lot of this information, and they know all of my past as far as my health conditions go. So they're trying to make these health conditions worse, and the health system is holding back very, very important information from me about my health that I should know. And I know one thing, and that is that I can't handle toxins in my body. And this is why they were using the cigarette smoke for the past couple of weeks and filling my unit up with cigarette smoke. And when it was happening, it was seriously like I would only have to take one breath of it in, and it was like I'd smoked 10 cigarettes. So I just can't handle toxins. So now they're using the cooking oil, and I mean, it's not as bad as cigarette smoke, but it still takes its toll on you when you're going through it for prolonged periods of time. And it's ruining my contents of my home as well. And I mean, it goes into your skin, and just the smell of it is just absolutely sickening. And I shouldn't have to put up with any of this. I'm a good person. I don't deserve any of this. I've done nothing to deserve any of this abuse whatsoever, except speak up for myself to the justice system about the injustices that I've been through over the past 10 years. What the justice system are covering up is that I've spent the last 10 years going through family and domestic violence, and during that time I received absolutely no justice, and my calls for help were never followed up. And I just received no justice at all. And, because domestic violence is such a big problem in this country, the New South Wales Police do not want that information being made available to the public. And that's because so many women have passed away over the past 10 years due to domestic violence. It's probably got a lot to do with how the police respond to the calls, because I know in my case, the calls were never responded to. They were never taken seriously enough, that's for sure. And yeah, the justice system don't want that information being made to the public. There's also the fact that they're covering for a pedophile. I reported a pedophile in 2020. That person is still living in a community here in Campbelltown. And the fact that they've done nothing about that person is all a part of the psychological abuse. They just don't want me to receive any justice in any way. So that's another way that my human rights are being denied. I've been denied justice. I've been completely denied justice. And then there's a police officer who has committed really serious violent crime against women, and they're covering up for him as well. So it's all of those things, and there's also other things as well. I have police officers in my family and connected to my family who have been blocking justice for years. They've been blocking me from receiving justice. And I'm just treated right now like I don't exist, like I've already gone from this realm. That's how I'm treated. I've been isolated, and I just get no respect at all from anyone. Um, I think a lot of people were told like that they would like if I approached people for help, or if I approached people just as a part of my daily business, um, people may have been told like, not to treat me with any respect or anything like that. Like it's all part of the psychological abuse. That has improved lately. I have been encountering a few kind people. Um, they're starting to come through again around the place. So there are still good people out there. And, I'm not saying that all cops are bad. I'm not. I'm sure there are some really good cops out there. But all I know is over the past 10 years with the police that I have dealt with in Campbelltown, in the Campbelltown area and on the South Coast, certain areas of the South Coast, um, there's been a lot of corruption, especially here in Campbelltown. Yeah. So I really, really need help right now. If there's anyone out there that can help me at all, please reach out to me. My email will be in the description box of this video. If anyone can help me remove the camera from my smoke alarm, I would really appreciate that, because um, that would be such a um, major part of this, if I could get rid of that camera out of my home and stop people from watching me in my home, because this is what's giving these neighbours the power to do what they're doing, especially. And I would try and do it myself, except that it's up so high and I don't really know what I'm doing. Um, I don't know anything about smoke alarms, really. I know you've probably only got to take the cover off, but I'm worried that I'll upset the settings on the alarm and set it off, and I won't be able to get it off, or something like that. So if anyone can help me get that camera out of my home, I would pay you for that. Please contact me via my email. I can't call out to, just normal handyman or tradesman or anything to do it for me, because the justice system will block them, or I will be manipulated in some way. They'll turn me down, or they'll make excuses why they can't help me. So this is why I've got to get on here and ask for the help and get people to, offer me help. If there's anyone out there that can offer me any legal advice or any help in regards to bringing these people to justice and making them held accountable for what they've put me through, please contact me as well. I'd really love to hear from you. Um, Anyone that's just watching this video, please tell your friends what's happened to me here. Share the video, like the video. It just helps the video to circulate. And this is because, like, who knows how many people that they have done this to, and that just haven't been so lucky and have passed away from something like this in the past, and we just don't know about it. Who knows how many people they're going to do this to in the future if we don't make people aware of what's going on here. So, yeah, right now I am in danger. And St. George Community Housing, you should be taking immediate action to remove this camera from my home and fix these range hoods. Because right now, these neighbours who are relentless with their abuse and very cruel have control of being able to, they are able to control the air I breathe. Because anything they put through their range hoods is diverted to my home. This is absolutely urgent. This is an emergency. I need help. If there's anyone out there that can help me, please contact me. And St. George Community Housing, you need to take immediate action on this, because you are violating my human rights. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye for now, and God bless.